What to do if you spiral while manifesting. It can happen to anyone, so let's talk about it. If you need a more personalized help, you can book a one-on-one coaching session with me from the link in the description box below, or send me an email if you want to join my Master Manifestors Mastermind group, which is a group coaching where you can get the support of the group and coaching for your specific manifestations. Check out the links for my courses also in the description below, and let's talk about spiraling. Spiraling while manifesting is when you give in to your negative thoughts. The negative thoughts come up and you give in to them, you start believing them, and you start thinking them more and more, and they start feeling very real and like that's the ultimate truth, that's the only fact. It becomes super solid in your mind, and this can lead to anxiety, panic even, because we all know the thought of not being able to have your desire is horrible. And we would ideally want to avoid spiraling, which I promise you will come. With experience, with manifesting, with the knowledge of the fact that everything in your physical reality depends on your own mind, it will eventually lessen the spiraling so much so that eventually it won't happen. But what if it has already happened and you are in this negative space? What to do? Let's start with what not to do. What not to do is to beat yourself up that you ruined your manifestation, that now you have thought negative thoughts for a couple of weeks, now you have been crying for weeks, whatever has been going on. That is a big not to do, because what has not happened from your spiraling is your manifestation has not been ruined. This is the reason people beat themselves up. And I hear this again and again from clients, and sometimes in the comments, but mostly clients who come to me with this guilt that I have been negative for a couple of weeks and now I ruined my manifestation. That's not what happened. And it's very important to understand how manifestation works so that you can avoid beating yourself up. It's unnecessary. And I understand it, and I understand that you want to be positive about it, you want your manifestation as soon as possible, but now it happened, now your spiraling has happened, so we take it from here. Your mind, all it does is to manifest, to materialize in your physical reality what you keep focusing on as true. So if you have been thinking of the negative for an X amount of time, and then you stop that and you switch to your desired outcome, your mind is, as Joseph Murphy says, no respecter of persons. It doesn't care. It doesn't care about anything other than just order, execution, order, execution. So from the moment you start focusing on the things that you desire, it's just going to go in that direction. Remind yourself of this. So I have said this in other videos too. We all conscious manifestors need to stop treating our mind, our wonderful human imagination, quote Neville Goddard, as a petty human being. So when after the negative period you start actually focusing on your desired outcome, your mind, your subconscious mind is not going to sit there and go, oh no, I'm not going to manifest that because you've been negative for 2 weeks. Bad boy or bad girl. That's not how it happens. Your mind doesn't care. It doesn't judge, it doesn't care. So if after a period of spiraling you actually get back on track, that's the direction it's going to go. So I really want to drive this home, because a lot of people are really, really anxious about having ruined your manifestation. You can't really ruin your manifestation, because even if you did, even if you messed up completely as much as you possibly can imagine, but at some point you start totally, completely focusing on your end goal, it's still going to manifest. So again, back to what I said earlier, your mind is not going to be like, no, I'm not going to manifest that because you've been negative about it for months. So anyway, you get the point. That's the first thing. And it helps to remind yourself about this, which brings me to the next point. Something that really, really helps is to stop analyzing the physical circumstances and to start consciously thinking about how manifestation actually works, the complete technical part of it, which is my imagination creates my physical reality. Whatever I focus on the most will eventually manifest into my physical reality. No questions asked. You don't need to do anything other than actually focus on the end goal, your desired end goal. So all I need to do is to repeat this statement, this affirmation, or this whole self-talk, or imagine this scene, whatever technique you're doing, over and over again until it has no choice but to manifest, because this is the law of assumption. Whatever I assume to be true will manifest. And I can assume things on purpose, even without them being true in my physical reality now. I can assume that, regardless of what is happening in my 3D, because you can. You know you can. You just need to do it seriously, just on purpose. And when you do that, when you have a couple of minutes of self-talk like this about the complete technical part of manifestation, it removes the it removes the emotional attachment to the matter, so that it can help you really snap out of that negative state to realize that, wait a minute, why am I focusing on this? Even though it happened in the 3D, my mind is not going to care about what happened in the 3D. It just cares about what I'm focusing on, because that's what it manifests. So I can simply disregard that and bring my focus back to what I want to experience. And in doing so, you keep reminding yourself, what am I thinking about? What am I imagining in this moment? Is it something that I desire? If yes, keep doing it. If no, then stop it and go to your desired end goal. And it can be that simple. It becomes a struggle when we get clingy to the reality, in the sense that, not in the sense that you want your undesired circumstance, but getting clingy in the sense that, oh, this is the truth, this is the reality, this is what happened, this can't be undone, it is what it is, etc. That kind of clinginess, to claim it as true, as real, as unchangeable, that creates the suffering of the change. So the best solution to this that I know of, that has worked for me, please do whatever works for you, by the way. This is not a rule. This is just a tip. Use it if it works for you. But if you have something else that works for you, even better, do that. And also make sure to share it in the comments so other people can benefit from it. The best thing is to remind yourself about how manifestation works, about how your mind doesn't care about your past, about your what is good for you, what is bad for you. If you simply keep imagining the same thing or thinking the same thing, it has to manifest. And this is law. And it also helps to remind yourself that this is law. It has to manifest. And yes, I cannot see how this could ever happen in the physical reality, but I don't have to, because my mind will figure out a way to manifest it. When you do this in a very, I was going to say cold, but yeah, maybe cold manner, in a very technical way, it really removes the emotional part of it. Like, I just have to do this. And it doesn't matter whether I believe it, because belief is trained exactly like this by repetition. And eventually it just has to manifest. That's all there is to it. So whenever you spiral, make sure to not make it even worse for yourself, to beat yourself up and now feel guilty about it for another X amount of time because you spiraled, and now it's not helpful. It's simply not helpful. Stop yourself, have a self-talk about how manifestation works, about how you just need to do the technical part. That's all. There's nothing required of you other than that. Because with repetition, it is going to sink into your subconscious mind, and then eventually, yes, you are going to believe it, it is going to be your reality, etc. Don't focus on that either. Don't focus on actions. Don't focus on anything other than simply doing the work, which you can. Regardless of how much you have been spiraling, you can think from your desired outcome. You can think as if that's already true. You do it on purpose. You do it even you don't believe in it. So that, I have found, is very, very helpful to snap you out of that anxiety, of that complete giving into the negative circumstances that, this is all there is. It's not. It was a manifestation. Accidental, but it was a manifestation. If you can manifest that, which you can because you manifested it, you can manifest something else. It's as simple as that. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it gets hard when you get emotionally clingy to the current circumstance, in the sense of, I can't change this. This can't be changeable. Your 3D is not that powerful. Trust me, your 3D is not that powerful to resist the power of your mind, the power of your imagination. So get your power back, do these things, imagine or think your desired outcome on purpose, regardless of believing, not believing, you seeing how it could happen, not seeing how it could happen. Doesn't matter. Just do it. I really hope this was helpful for any one of you who have been struggling with this. I understand that it's really, really hard. And again, as I said in the very beginning of the video, the idea of not being able to have your desire is horrible, and nobody should go through that. And you can get yourself out of that state, regardless of how bad it had been. And sometimes it feels like it's completely ruined, but it's not. It's temporary. That feeling is also, it can convince you completely that now it's ruined. All you need to do is find something that works for you to shift your focus. If you need a personalized help with your manifestations, you can book a one-on-one coaching with me from the link in the description box below. I would love to help you with any of your manifestations, whatever you are going through. You can also send me an email to join my Master Manifestors Mastermind group, which is also a coaching, just in groups, which is very, very supportive and a very positive experience. Check out the links for my courses down below. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.